Welcome everybody, NFT IQ here, and today we'll be discussing a metaverse startup called Gyris. This team isn't just launching an NFT, they're starting a company with the aim of being an early mover in the metaverse. Gyris is an eco NFT and a three-part saga, which means 3 separate launches that provides a unique narrative within the metaverse. And they recently pulled their community on Twitter and decided to launch on Solana. So as you know, I'm a very big fan of Solana. I think this is a great decision. The first phase of minting is scheduled sometime in early 2022, and currently they only have about 8,000 Twitter followers. Speaking of their Twitter, now that they've hired a marketing agency and they've restarted their Discord and Twitter, you're going to have a chance to get in at ground zero. Now, and quickly, I need to mention that Gyris recently pushed back their launch date, which was scheduled here in late December, onward to sometime in early 2022. This is actually good news because they've received additional seed funding. They're hiring a community manager. They're hiring additional developers and additional artists. More time to grow the community is critical, and I think that they made a good call on this. Moving to the NFT itself, Gyris is a 3-part saga, and they have their first part called Gyris, the Sound of Trees Standing. Aside from being a well-made fantasy game with a unique narrative, Gyris is a community in itself. This Solana-based NFT is honestly going to be a must-try game, especially if you like creating artwork or really just enjoy high-quality artwork, and you're also a gamer. So let's take a quick side quest and look at the site to get a feel for that artwork. As you can see, the quality of the website is very high. They have professional artists working on this design. You can see a preview of some of the NFTs and or the avatars, a lot of detail, and they also have a very forward-looking concept of how their community is going to engage with them in the metaverse. So they're going to have like their own token. You're going to be able to buy and sell using that token. We'll get into that a little bit more later. And they're also going to allow have a launch pad for future projects. The light paper is like pretty dense. I got a lot of the details out of there that we'll go over. And yeah, I think we can do that now because we've seen the artwork here on the website. First thing I want to say, getting into some of the details here, is that one of the things that I like is that this project is very community oriented. As I mentioned earlier, they did a poll to choose to launch on Solana, and artists within their community can actually display their art within the Gyris ecosystem and list it on the marketplace. So if you're selected as an official Gyris game asset, your artwork, then you actually have the ability to earn the Gyris token, which you can then use in game. This serves the project and the artists. Also, non-artists can still contribute. Terraforming parts of Gyris will be tricky, but you're going to be able to build your patch in the metaverse. And their goal is to continue developing a very high quality game that is a multi-year project, so the developers are really in it for the long haul. Gyris values unique innovation, especially within the community that creates the vision for the metaverse. It's not just about owning a part of something, it's also about owning a piece of something that you, as a community member, have helped create. Gyris is actually looking forward to expanding the aesthetic of the picture of the globe that everybody in the world will potentially come to ignore. They're really trying to make a big statement with this project, and they're going to be using 10% of the NFT sales fees to go into actually a TV pilot in the golden age of cinematic television. So the larger the budget for the funds, the larger the project, and that's going to bring a lot of attention to the Gyris universe. So that's super cool. Getting on to the weaknesses in this project, which I always discuss in every time I make a video like this, I think that given the high quality cost of the work that they are trying to make, there's going to be competition. It's also relatively new. This NFT, they've been around for about 3 months. So I think people are not going to think that this is a very big project and really see how ambitious it is just because they don't have a ton of people on social media. And especially because they're restarting their Twitter and their Discord, I'm sure a lot of people were unhappy. So I think that makes things a little bit complicated, but they're going to give themselves plenty of time to recover. And I think they're going to retain almost everybody that they've brought on up to now. So I think that while this might look like a weakness at the moment, for some people, for you, if you haven't heard about it before, this is an opportunity to join early and to get in while the community is small. The other thing that worries me about this is that since this is a metaverse project, the quality of the artwork is absolutely critical. And that being said, from what I can see, the artwork is very nice. They said it's over halfway done, and I think it's moving in a very good direction. This is a very good sign. And what they've published is really, I think, just the tip of the iceberg here. Art, though, is always subjective, so I hope that they can create something that a lot of people really enjoy. Gyris is ambitious, and it's going to be minting sometime, as I mentioned, in early January. They're going to be dropping in, not early January, but early 2022. And they're going to be dropping in 4 different stages, with the drop number 1 being first, obviously. And they're still trying to work on the details on all the dates and all that. So we'll just have to stay tuned and find out later. Gyris is going to be using Solana, as I mentioned. And I think that Solana is a rising star in the crypto space, and it's going to help you invest in the team, invest in the project, and you're not going to be losing a bunch of gas money. So with these, like if you think of NFTs like this as an investment in a company going into the future and not as just a quick flip, then Solana makes a lot of sense, because almost all of the money that you're spending on the minting fees is going to that team to strengthen them. So this, I think, was a really good decision on behalf of the team. You're probably wondering, can I get in on the whitelist? And all you need, at least last time I checked, is 5 invites to their Discord. Now, this could be changing because they're getting this new marketing team. And obviously, you want to check their Twitter. Sometimes they do things like retweeting tweets and that kind of stuff. My perspective on this entire project, I think the team really needs to have a successful minting event to succeed. They need to sell out, and I'm very thankful they're taking the time to do things correctly leading up to that mint date, because they're going to need a strong budget in order to get this thing off the ground. This is very ambitious. They're going to be hiring multiple people working full-time. I mean, maybe even up to like a dozen or more from what I can tell. And I think they're doing things right so far, though. This team, as I said, they're not just launching an NFT, they're starting a software company, and I think that's really cool. And they could be an early mover in the metaverse. It's always exciting to help people achieve their dreams. So you can do that by minting this NFT, helping the team out, and participating in the community long term. That being said, NFT IQ here. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.